Hi there to you. Good evening. We hope that we apologize for the outage just now, but welcome back to the conversation. With the compliments of the Guyana Oil Company, we are looking at the benefits of the ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel with the intention to encourage you to switch to this product if you haven't already done so. If you've done so, well, good for you. We are thankful that you've done so. To tell us more about why this is the product of choice for consumers, you will definitely make that decision at the end of this conversation. Mr. Eric Wall is Guy Oil's Marketing and Sales Manager, and he has brought his partner, Staatsolie from Suriname, Mr. Paige Gray, Mr. Carlos Hughes, Mr. Deron Ellis, and Ms. Natalie Young of FAT. They comprise Team Staatsolie teaming up with Guy Oil for this product, Mr. Wall, ultra-low sulfur diesel that's already in our market.
Correct. And we recognize that we need a cleaner product, cleaner than the present low sulfur diesel that is on the market. And so we recognize that this product is available at Staatsolie in Suriname. And so we made contact with Staatsolie and we commenced, we launched the product in April of 2017. So it has been here since April.
And persons have been using it.
And persons have been using it.
The intention now is to get more persons
the whole
across
country to use.
This country.
Miners, everybody.
And speaking of miners, we say hello to the folks up in Mahdia, those of you in Letem, in our hinterland communities, picking up our broadcast this evening. Good hello to you. And so we're going to turn it across now to Natalie to tell us very briefly about her company, Staatsolie.
Yes. So Staatsolie was founded on December 13, 1980. We're a 100% owned, government-owned company, just as Guy Oil. Staatsolie is a vertically integrated petroleum company. We have the whole value chain from exploration, production, refining via high-tech refinery, marketing the high-quality products such as ultra-low sulfur diesel, gasoline, fuel oil, and bitumen. And also have to mention that Staatsolie is adhering the highest quality and environmental regulations.
All right. And if you're now tuning in, we are on a program to share with you the benefits of ultra low sulfur diesel. Of course, it's a product that's on the market at the Guyana Oil Company's outlets. We will hear from Mr. Wall in just a moment as to where exactly you can pick up the product. But let's go across to Mr. Gray, the Marketing Division Manager, to tell us a little bit more about this ULSD. Mr. Gray?
Yes, ULSD is the ultra-high premium product for the diesel engines today. In the U.S., Asia, and Europe, they've been using ULSD for many years. When the factory was, or the refinery was built a few years ago, the decision was to make ULSD available to this region to go ahead and offer ULSD to Suriname and to our partners here in Guy Oil. So the benefits of using it are cleaner engines, better for the environment, and that's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Paige Gray, Staatsolie Marketing Division Manager. We're going to bring in Mr. Hughes now, who's in charge of the refinery, or the refinery asset manager. And we're going to talk now about this product. Specifically, what is the difference between the regular diesel and the ULSD?
So compared to the normal diesel, the ULSD is 97% less in sulfur, right? It is a cleaner product, which means that your engine will run better on that product, and you will have less emission or no smoke coming out of the exhaust, right? It will also, because it is a cleaner product, give you more lifetime of your engine, and also will result in, on the longer run, in less maintenance costs. So it's beneficial also to your pocket.
And even in the background, you are seeing some specific benefits being identified. The idea of this conversation is just to ensure that you are in the clear. As Mr. Wall mentioned already, the product is here. Some of us already using it. The intention is to get others to use it. And speaking of getting others to use it, well, the product is available at, tell us firstly where ULSD is available. And I understand you're going to be heading out with the team to Berbice and Essequibo.
Okay, Guile operates 8 service stations of its own. It is available entirely, primarily 100% at Regent Street and Kitty. It is also available at Diamond and Providence. You can get both ultra low sulfur and the low sulfur, those 2 locations. And in Palmyra service station, that is at Palmyra in the East Bank of East Berbice. So those 5 service stations, Guile service stations, you can have this product. We have, of course, our terminal where you can get it by bulk at Providence. It's also available in bulk at Heathburn in the East Bank Berbice. And by the end of this month, it will be available in bulk at Adventure on the Essequibo Coast. Now, Guile has a very extensive distribution network, the largest distribution network in Guyana. We have 50 dealer-owned service stations, and of course our own. So the whole objective is to get all these service stations carrying ultra low sulfur so that everybody in Guyana who has a diesel vehicle or a generator or a truck or a tractor to use ultra low sulfur diesel.
Mm-hmm. And you thought it best to bring the experts to the people, to the consumers. You've had a series of conversations and you're going to be heading out for some more this week. How have those conversations been going?
Well, just before we came in, we had what was supposed to be a 1-hour session. Ended up being almost close to 2 hours because of the questions and so on. That was almost an hour. Excellent session. A lot of information was required. We answered all the questions, and we had a bunch of mechanical engineers and technical persons leaving very happy this afternoon. And that's just before we came here. Mm-hmm. And on Wednesday, we'll be going to Essequibo Coast. That is the Oasis Hotel at Queenstown. And on Thursday, we'll be at Ramrit Service Station. That is at Bengal East. That's like East Central Berbice. Where we'll be meeting on both occasions. We'll be meeting farmers, owners of trucks, businesses that have generators and so on. It's, getting the information out, meeting the people, communicating information, all the technical questions that they have, answer them so that they know that switching will be the ultimate objective.
We apologize for being unable to hear your questions at this time. However, perhaps we can just go across to the panel if they can recall some of the questions that others asked earlier in the conversation today that might be of interest to those watching. If you can just, we can just take it from you, Mr. Hughes, and just go down the line. Is there any question that was posed that you think others can benefit from hearing that answer?
One particular question was that people were afraid that when they switch to other load of diesel, they will get lower mileage, right? We were able to confirm and convince them that given the same circumstances, that they have the same car, the mileage won't be less. It will be either the same or slightly more, right? But not that it will be less. Because again, and I think my colleague Diron will explain that, with the higher cetane and higher density, you have more energy per volume. But that is, he will explain that more in slightly more detail.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get to that in a moment. So keep that, Mr. Ellis. You're going to talk specifically about performance. But how about you, Mr. Gray? Any questions that stands out in your head that was asked earlier?
Well, looking at a general theme, and the general theme is a fear of change, and so the technical piece was certainly a part to help to go ahead and solve that fear of change, as well as other members within the audience that were sharing their positive experiences with the product. And so one of those positive experiences is you're doing the right thing for your engines today, but you're also doing the right things for your engine for the long term, because you are running a cleaner engine. So cleaner engine means lower exhaust, better running, and longer running. So less maintenance over a period of time. So I think those were kind of the stories that was good to hear from other folks using the product today.
Okay, and what creates this? What creates all of the positiveness that we're hearing? It's a product that is already on our market. It is called the ultra low sulfur diesel. The acronym is the ULSD. Persons can just go up to the pump attendant and ask for ULSD. Like
yeah, but if you go to registry, that's all you'll get. If you go to Keith, that's all you get.
We're on the East Bank, on the East Coast, Victoria, and so forth.
If you go to East Bank, Providence, or Diamond, you ask for ULSD, ultra low sulfur diesel.
Okay, let's bring in Mr. Deron Ellis, you as the Satstoli Marketing Advisor. We want to talk about the difference in performance between the ULSD and the regular diesel.
Okay, it seems like people are very concerned to the mileage that they would get out of the ULSD. One of the questions that keeps surfacing is, will I get the same mileage? The answer is, you will probably see hardly any difference, and if there is a difference, we expect a little better mileage out of our product. But and why are we convinced that that is the case? Our product is not only low in sulfur, but has also a relatively high cetane. Most of the cars here are designed for 45, 47 cetane. Our product is 51, 52 in cetane number. An engine will run very efficient and very smooth with a higher cetane. On the other hand, the density of our product is also relatively high, and density and energy content of the fuel has an almost one-to-one relationship. So you would like to have a higher density fuel in your car than a lower density fuel, because you get more energy, so you get more power out of your vehicle. But keep in mind, these differences are very small and are probably more in your head than can be seen on the on your engine statistics.
So focus on the road. Don't be looking to see the drastic change. All right. But what types of vehicles should be used in the ULSD?
All type of vehicles. The modern vehicles, especially the vehicles imported out of or they're designed for Europe and Japan, and we do get these vehicles also here in Guyana. They are designed for ULSD. So if you have those brand new vehicles, you probably don't have a choice, you need to use ULSD. But the majority of the vehicles here are the older vehicles, and we advise them, switch over to ULSD like tomorrow morning. You will definitely see immediate effects, positive effects. You will hardly notice any negative effect. One of the positive effects will be the reduction in the smoke out of your exhaust. There will be other benefits, but you may not notice them. Maybe a smoother running of your engine, maybe a little less noise, but that is so minimum that we would not emphasize on that.
So generally, we're talking a cleaner environment. We're looking about the health and well-being of persons, pedestrians on the road. You may be in the comfort of your vehicle, but persons are occupying the other spaces around you in a consistent way. So we're thinking about them as well. Yes, we're thinking about you who will be making that purchase, but the other people around you, around your space. A cleaner, healthier environment is the result of using a product, this particular product.
Definitely, especially if you have like standard of stationary equipment like generators in the middle of town. You don't want to have black smoke with an irritating smell. Using ULSD, you will, if your engine is of course well maintained, you will probably not even see any smoke, and you will probably not even notice any smell. You just hear the generator running. In a dense area like Georgetown, you would like to have all clean cars. So for a dense area like Georgetown, switching over to ULSD is probably a must.
And also with scenarios of frequent power outages, and you want, a generator is almost a regular part, a routine thing for you to have in your assets, and so you want to ensure that, yes, you may be using the power that's coming from GPL, but in the event it goes off and you're relying on your generator, you can utilize that particular product. Let's move across to Natalie. Natalie, anything from the sessions today that you think our viewers, our miners, small business operators, those using it in their speedboats. I think we use those on our rivers, and we put the diesel into them as well. Any things that you would want to take away from that meeting to share with them?
Well, what I want to say is my colleagues already mentioned a lot of those questions. Basically, we heard repeating questions from customers, and basically what we experience is that people are not aware of what the advantages are if you're in your comfort zone with what you're already using, and you have to switch to something you don't really know yet. It's a bit difficult to go to that stage. So that's why we're here, trying to convince them, helping out the GAIOIL team as well as Staatsolie, because eventually we all will benefit from it. So we hope with these sessions that everybody will get aware of the ULSD, and we will go to a cleaner environment, because at the end of the day we want all to be healthy and live longer.
And of course, we know very well, Mr. Wall, the whole thrust of the green economy and the greening of our environments, and living and breathing in a very, yes, we have got a congested city, but efforts that can still contribute to us having a cleaner environment. And we are on our roadways, we are using, transportation is a big deal. We have to get to our work, we have to get to school, we have to get moving, we have to get our businesses running, and so we depend a lot on fuel. And so we're saying this evening on this program, with the good wishes of the Guyana Oil Company, that ultra low sulfur diesel is the way to go.
Absolutely. Just a couple of points I wanted to mention also. Nissan and Toyota were not allowed to bring in certain models of vehicles. They can do that now because ultra low sulfur diesel is available thanks to GAIOIL's initiative a year ago.